You didn't just scroll here by accident. You're still breathing because someone never gave up on you. Stay till the end, and you'll finally see why. That night, you could have died in that crash. You don't remember how you made it out alive, but there was a presence shielding you, a love greater than logic. That wasn't luck. That was Jesus. When your heart stopped beating in the ambulance, heaven leaned in. He said, "Not yet." You gasped back into life because your story wasn't finished, because Jesus wasn't done. You thought that overdose would end everything, but he stepped between you and death, whispered, "Live," and you did. Not because of willpower, but because grace interrupted. When you begged, "Why am I still here?" heaven echoed, "Because I love you." You weren't left behind. You were held in delay so your soul could be found. That depression almost took you, silent, numb, lost. But Jesus showed up in the quiet, sat with you in the darkness, and stayed until the light returned. You thought he was gone when the prayers didn't get answered. But silence isn't absence. He was working in ways you couldn't see, moving mountains you didn't know were in your way. When everyone gave up on you, he didn't. When you said, "I'm not worth saving," he said, "You were worth dying for." That's why the nails didn't stop him. You thought you ruined everything. Too far gone, too dirty. But Jesus doesn't run from mess. He runs to it. He knelt beside you and called you mine. That voice in your head told you you'll never change. But Jesus whispered louder, "I make all things new." And he began again with you. You didn't survive the storm by accident. He walked on your chaos, calmed the winds, and whispered, "Peace, be still." That's why you're still standing. You hit rock bottom, but he was already there, not to judge, but to lift you up. You weren't too low for him. You were in reach of grace. When your faith failed, his didn't. When you ran, he chased. When you hid, he stayed. That's not religion. That's relentless love. He saw the tears you didn't cry out loud, the pain no one else noticed, and he held it. He still holds it every single day. You almost ended it that night, but Jesus stepped into the room, not with judgment, but with presence, and that changed everything. You're not breathing because you're strong. You're breathing because you're loved, and because your life still has divine purpose. Even when you gave up praying, he didn't stop listening. Your silence never scared him. He was always near. When others called you hopeless, he called you chosen. When they turned away, he turned toward you. That's who he is. He didn't save you just to survive. He saved you so you'd shine. You are still here for a reason bigger than pain. You should have been gone, but grace kept you. Mercy sustained you, and love still calls you by name. So the next time you wonder, "Why am I still breathing?" just look at the cross. That's your answer. His name is Jesus. If even one of these moments felt like your story, that's because it was. Jesus kept you alive for this very moment. Type "Thank you, Jesus" in the comments and share this with someone who needs to know he's still saving lives.